Hello everyone and welcome. I'm an AI specialist with a deep background in hotel operations, and it's a real pleasure to be speaking with you all today. To all the students of Europe Hotel School joining in, we're about to dive into a topic that's fundamentally changing the way hotels are run. We're going to explore how AI is revolutionizing housekeeping, turning it into a smarter, faster, and much more efficient operation. This is your practical guide as future leaders in this incredible industry.
So, here's our game plan. We'll start by really digging into the challenges that housekeeping has always faced. Then, we'll introduce AI automation as the solution and look at some real-world workflows to see how it all works. After that, we'll talk about something really important, how this tech completely changes the role of a supervisor. And finally, we'll look at the big picture, this new partnership between people and AI. Sound good? Let's jump in.
All right, first things first, let's get real about what it's like on the ground. For years, maybe even decades, housekeeping has been managed through a kind of, controlled chaos. It's this incredibly complex dance that relies entirely on clipboards, walkie-talkies, and a ton of manual effort.
And this right here, this is a perfect snapshot of that chaos. You've got supervisors drowning in paperwork, trying to manually assign rooms. And what happens? Some team members get totally slammed, while others are left waiting around. Urgent clean requests from the front desk, they get lost in the noise. And the supervisors, they end up playing air traffic controller instead of actually leading and coaching their people. This is the bottleneck we have to solve.
So, how do we break through that bottleneck? How do we stop just reacting to problems and start getting ahead of them? Well, the answer is AI-driven automation. And I want to be crystal clear about this. This is not about replacing people. It's about empowering them with much smarter tools so they can do their absolute best work.
So, at its heart, workflow automation is pretty simple. It means we're letting AI handle all those repetitive logistical decisions. Things like who cleans which room in what order and when. This frees up the human team to zero in on what really matters, the quality of the room and making sure the guest is happy.
And that right there is the real magic. The goal isn't just about being a little more efficient. The true win is that we're freeing up our team's mental energy. When your staff can stop worrying about the logistics and focus purely on the quality of their work, that's when the guest experience goes from good to absolutely fantastic.
Okay, so let's get practical. How does this actually play out during a crazy morning rush in a fully booked hotel? We're going to walk through 3 core workflows that AI completely transforms, starting with the most basic one, assigning the rooms.
Just look at the difference side by side. On the left, you've got the old way, a supervisor making their best guess based on a gut feeling and whatever limited info they have. But on the right, you have an AI-driven system that's crunching dozens of data points in real time. It knows which rooms are checked out, how complex each clean is, and even where every single room attendant is located. The result? We go from inconsistent, often unfair workloads to a perfectly optimized, fair plan for the whole team.
So here's a peek behind the curtain at how it works. Platforms you might hear about, like Alice or Housekeeping, are constantly analyzing data. The AI knows that cleaning a checkout suite will take longer than a quick refresh on a standard King. It sees which attendant just finished a room and is literally the closest person to the next high-priority task. And then boom, the new assignment is sent right to their phone. No delays, no confusion. The second game changer is intelligent prioritization. So, picture this. The front desk has a VIP guest who's just arrived for an early check-in. Instead of a frantic phone call to housekeeping, the system automatically flags that room, reshuffles the entire cleaning queue in a split second, and assigns that room as the #1 priority. This drastically cuts down on guest wait time. And finally, quality control. This is huge. Let's say a room attendant finds a leaky faucet. With AI, they don't just write it on a notepad. They log it, and the system instantly creates a work order for maintenance, takes that room out of the cleaning queue, and will only put it back after maintenance has confirmed the job is done. This makes sure a guest never, ever walks into a room that isn't 100% perfect.
This all leads to a really critical question. If the AI is handling all this coordination, what's left for the supervisor to do? Well, their role doesn't go away. It gets better. It evolves. It becomes way less about logistics and way more about leadership.
Think about it. Instead of being a dispatcher who's just constantly putting out fires, the supervisor gets to be a true leader. Their focus moves away from all those routine, day-to-day tasks and towards the high-value actions that actually improve team performance and guest happiness.
This chart gives you a fantastic look at what that new role is all about.
Almost half of their time can now be spent on coaching and developing their team members. Another chunk is spent managing the exceptions, the unique situations that always need a human touch. And the rest is dedicated to quality assurance and inspections. They become coaches and quality experts, not just coordinators.
So all of this is building towards our final and probably most important idea. We're talking about a whole new way of operating in the hospitality industry. It's about creating a true, powerful partnership between human talent and artificial intelligence.
And look, this isn't some futuristic theory. It's a core concept that you're learning right now. This quote from your own curriculum says it all. Finding that sweet spot, that perfect balance where technology handles the routine stuff and humans provide the oversight, the empathy, and the judgment. That is the absolute key to success.
If you only remember one thing from today, let it be this. We use technology to manage the predictable, the repeatable, the routine. And that frees up our most valuable asset, our people, to handle the remarkable. The unique guest interactions, the creative problem-solving, the moments of genuine hospitality that a guest will never forget.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. As technology gets better and better at managing the what and the when of running a hotel, your challenge and your opportunity as a future leader will be to master the why, the purpose behind what we do, and the who, the people on your team and the guests you serve. That is where true leadership is going to make all the difference.